talk about some of your Raiders on the you had a bye this week, so you didn't have to take an L, but there was some news at least anyway.
We didn't take a loss on the field. Definitely took some losses off the field. The Raiders, unfortunately, the first lady of the Raiders, Carol Davis, has passed away.
That's breaking news, right?
93 years old. It happened, I believe, Friday, and then the Raiders made it official over the weekend. So it's very sad news. Rest in peace, Carol Davis, first lady of the Raiders, of course, partner to Al Davis, owner of the Raiders, and mother to current owner Mark Davis. So rest in peace. And then earlier this afternoon, I get the news that Raiders great George Atkinson passed away. So rest in peace, George. It's just really sad to, it's been a rough season, but it's also been really sad to hear this news. So the Raider family mourns, the Raider Nation mourns for these losses. No easy transition, Vince, but to get back to the football side of things, the Raiders did make a signing, bringing in Tyler Lockett, and this news, I think this is going to be the best deodorant. We're going to the Super Bowl now. No, I'm just kidding. This sighting doesn't move the needle much for me. It's not the same, Tyler Lockett of 4, 5, 6 years ago. I think you're bringing him in just really for a veteran presence that you were hoping Amari Cooper was going to be. I think you're just trying to maybe have a little bit of a security blanket or something soft and cuddly for Geno Smith to have a little bit of security out there, or make him feel a little bit more comfortable out there. And maybe it improves a little bit. But based on what I've seen offensively, I don't think the Raiders offense is a Tyler Lockett away from cracking the code here, with all due respect. I think the issues are more on the offensive line, when now your quarterback is shell shocked. He's running around afraid. He doesn't even want to run the ball. And now he's playing hesitant. You saw I know there was a lot of interceptions, but you saw him trying to get the ball downfield, and now you clip those wings, and now it's just dink and dunk, and it ain't working. And the problem is that I have, and we've talked about this so much week after week, I don't understand why the Raiders keep putting Geno Smith in shotgun and pistol formation. Help the man out, put him under center, 3-step drop, get the ball out, just get the ball out, dump it off to your running back, get it to the tight end, even if it's Michael Mayer or another option, get it to Jacoby Myers, even in a short route. But the not being under center in the pistol, in the shotgun, these linebackers, these defensive ends just pin their ears back and blow past the tackles, Vince. So when you're in the shotgun, it takes longer for the play to develop, for the wide receivers and the tight ends and the running backs to get to their spot. It takes so much longer to develop. So you're not helping the quarterback. And the play action doesn't work. So welcome to the Raider Nation, Tyler Lockett. But I don't think it's really anything that's going to change the offense. Really, the change needs to be put Geno under center, develop the running game. Your best option is Ashton Jeanty. Even in that dog crap performance last week, where he only touched the ball one time in the first 10, 15 plays or whatever it was. By the end of the game, it was only 10 carries or so total. He was averaging 4 yards. So to me, it's hand him the ball 3 straight times. Develop these 3 core concept plays that we're never going to pass the ball. All we're going to do is run the ball, and we're going to run it down your throat because you can't stop it, because we mastered these 3 running plays. At least you have that. I mean, at least get 100 yards on the ground, even in a losing effort. Develop the run, pound it into the defensive line's throat. Like, I cannot underestimate that enough. It makes no sense to me that your number one offensive threat, Brock Bowers, is out. Jacoby Myers is out. Your offensive line can't have any pass protection. Your quarterback is struggling, and you show up last week and your game plan is we're going to feed Tre Tucker and pass the ball around against the Kansas City Chiefs. That's the game plan? Like, come on. I'm here sitting on a couch doing a podcast, and I know that wasn't going to work. What do you think the Kansas City Chiefs were thinking? They were feasting. So it's just the issues are deeper than a wide receiver away from unlocking Geno Smith. You got to fix the offensive line. You got to fix everything, what this offense is trying to be. I thought running the ball would be much better because when you look at the Philadelphia Eagles, Chip Kelly, they ran the ball really well. They got the ball in LaShawn McCoy's hands a lot. And we're not seeing that. And I would think that Chip Kelly would be creative enough to put a little bit of a wrinkle into the game of, okay, the typical pro offense is not working right now. The shotgun's not working. The pistol's not working. Let me pull the Oregon Ducks, the Philadelphia Eagles, put some urgency on the offense, put that. Remember, he used to run that 2-minute offense pretty much the entire game. Yeah. It generated points. It generated energy. It generated yards. And you just keep going out there doing the same old same, and it ain't working. So I'm kind of like confused on, you have all of these options, all of this creativity in your back pocket, and we're not seeing any of it. And that's what's really mind-blowing. And then I think because of the offense is struggling so bad, you're putting the defense in a position to fail because they're just on the field so much that, if your defense is on the field that long, they're going to give up a big play. So that's what I think they need to do is change up the offense. And it starts with putting Geno under center and helping him out with the play action pass. I think Tyler Lockett is still a serviceable wide receiver. He's far from what he once was, but he could still move the sticks. And having a healthy Jacoby Myers and a Brock Bowers and some of these other guys, you have the opportunity to move the sticks. It'd be great to get 30-yard bombs and 40-yard bombs and all those things. But, hey, first downs come 10 yards at a time for everybody. You got to move the sticks. Run the ball. You got to get better on first and second down by running the ball and converting on third downs. So that's what I'm looking forward to. I don't really know how this is going to impact next week's game, Vince. I just think what I would like to see is just more consistency and a bigger commitment to the run game. And whatever Geno Smith is, it is what it is. He's, it's half the season pretty much. It has not been a good showing. It would be great to stack some wins. But I don't think, even if you go on a roll here, I don't think you're going undefeated the rest of the season. So a wild card spot, I can't see that happening. So I just want to see the young guys play. I want to see if you're going to keep the highest paid coordinator offensively in place. I want to see some changes to the offense. I want to see some creativity. I want to see a commitment to the run game. And I want to see these young guys develop. And maybe some of these young guys that are on the offensive line that you drafted this past season, maybe they need to get some burn because we need to see if they're going to be ready for next season.